Welcome to the SGN podcast, where it's all sim, all the time.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the SGN podcast. And today we have a very, very special guest. You might have seen him on YouTube or Twitter dropping amazing tutorial videos on 2K on how to cook the person trying to guard you, Blaq Kobra. Thank you for having me, my guy.
Hey, man,
thank you for being on, my guy, I should say.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, so for those who aren't familiar with you, if you want to take a second to introduce yourself, talk about the content you create and post on YouTube and Twitter and various other platforms.
Yeah, sure. Like you said, my name is Blaq Kobra. Most of you guys might know me from the NBA 2K series. Yes, that's mostly what I do. I play NBA 2K. Most would say that I play very unconventionally, but I played in a way that I enjoy playing it, and I kind of teach others to play the same way as well. So if you guys are interested, go check out the channel.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing content. And the thing, you said you play unconventionally. As someone, I've played my career. I started with it when they first dropped it way back when. And my friends and I used to, we do Pro-Am and stuff like that. We've kind of got out of it the last couple of years just because we don't like the way the game has turned, where it's, you had for years ago, you had blow by cheese, and then it was step back cheese and 5-out cheese. And it's just not, considering we all played basketball, I'm not going to say at a high level, but we all played either high school or collegiately. And so to see how Pro-Am is played, it frustrates us, and we've kind of gotten away from it a little bit. But you play it how it's actually played. Like, your videos you show aren't showing people how to do like cheesy moves that you don't see in today's NBA. Like, you literally post videos that you could see iconic players like Kobe and Mike doing in the game when they play.
Yeah, to your point, when you mentioned about, the higher levels of 2K, like the Pro-Am scene and the 2K League, and etc. Those guys they're so good at 2K to the point where they can get by mastering the very, what do you call it? Just minimalistically being really good at 2K in a way that kind of makes it look like it's cheese, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to say that they're abusing the game, but they played in a way that I think that if you put the controller in a teenager's hands and you say, okay, do this, do that, they'll be able to get it, but it's not basketball. You understand? When you watch gameplay like that, it doesn't really remind you, or it doesn't look anything like what you see on any given Sunday or Tuesday or whenever an NBA game is on. And I think that's one of the reasons why some people gravitate more towards the way that I play the game.
Yes.
And it's a little bit more entertaining because it reminds them of real basketball. It's more entertaining because it reminds them of how they actually play basketball. So they're able to watch my content and relate to it a little bit more so than competitive players, to where it's kind of just the same thing over and over again, rinse and repeat. But yeah, I find enjoyment playing that way. 2K is always fresh for me because I don't have to really rely on just doing the same thing over and over again. Mm-hmm. And I think the flip side is why people kind of get bored with 2K, because they're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and they're expecting to have fun. It doesn't really work that way.
Yeah, and I want to kind of go back to your point. You talked about the 2K League, those professionals. I don't really watch a lot of 2K League, not because I actually don't. I do enjoy watching them more than I do like watching a lot of the big time YouTubers, who drop their Pro-Am footage. But what bugs me about the way 2K presents it is they're not doing the 2K League justice with their presentation, because when you have Fortnite League and Call of Duty leagues, they are able to give you different looks that you would see other than when you're playing the game, and 2K they broadcast it like 2K can't. What are you doing? You have the tools. Let us watch these guys play it from the broadcast side like we're watching a real NBA game. We don't need to see it 2K cam. And it to me, it takes it out of, you're watching they're professional teams. So give us the way that we watch it professionally, is my opinion. But, like you said, 2K, a lot of people are getting bored of 2K because for years it's been pick and roll, rim running, 5 out. There's really, like you said, no offense there. It's all passing, cut. There's not a lot of offense. There's not a lot of people don't run a lot of sets. You have a lot of ISO basketball where you got dribble gods who are able to do things that you just don't see players really do in today's game. And then snatchbacks have been a thing, and for me, the other frustrating, I'm talking all about offense, but the defensive side of the ball gets me a little frustrated too, because I feel like, the way people are able to bait you into passes, I think the off-ball recovery speed is so fast.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's so crazy. And I understand these guys everyone's playing with 99s, or high elite level players. We're not just playing with average Joe, but still, the recovery is so crazy. It's so hard to throw it down and let a guy look as a paint beast or as a post player and then kick it out and move the ball, because guys are able to guard 2 or 3 positions all at the same time with no penalty.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong. I don't know for a fact, but it seems like the court size in these recent 2Ks has been a little bit smaller in comparison to older 2Ks like 2K16. Again, maybe I'm remembering things wrong, but 2K16's court size, from my memory, it seemed much bigger.
It's not you, because there's been a whole movement of people who are so frustrated because they swear to God that the players and their relation to their court does not represent real life NBA basketball. The players take up way too much space. They're way too big. 2K continually comes out and says, no, we have this. It's accurate, although nobody thinks it feels accurate, especially when you compare it, to how things are set up. If you took a screenshot and replicated it. So people have actually gone in and started shortening players to try to create it to be more realistic. There's people that go in there and they'll take a roster and they'll drop everyone 3 or 4 inches.
That's crazy.
Just to get that feel.
Yeah.
So when did you get started, my guy?
Say that again.
When did you get started in my career dropping content?
So I started, I want to say towards the end of 2K21, towards the end of that game's life cycle. That's when I started, posting my little clips on TikTok. But then towards I want to say season 3 of 2K22. And I remember this vividly because towards the end of season 2, that's when they patched steals. You could not steal the ball anymore. So I got frustrated. I said, you know what? I'm not making any more builds with high steal. That's it. I'm completely switching up. So I said, you know what? Let me try and make a build that can just score from the mid-range. Let me just have some type of fun with the game, other than just running around stealing the ball. So let me just have some fun. And man, I made a build and it had a 90 mid-range. And I was trying out different moves. I was like, man, I could really just enjoy playing 2K like this. Not necessarily that I was, winning a whole lot of games, but I was having fun. I was genuinely just having fun. And posted some clips. I started getting better at it. Shout out to Kevin Cruz. Shout out to Jersey Made 93. Shout out to E-Money on YouTube. Those guys really helped me take my fun to a whole nother level, because they taught me the mechanics of the mid-range game so that I can have even more fun, right? So not only am I having fun, I'm getting better at 2K while having fun. and I started posting more clips, specifically one-on-one clips, and Overtime got a hold of it. The sports platform, and then I think ESPN got a hold of it, and then it just started going viral from there. Yeah, man. Here I am.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You've only been doing it for 3 years now.
Yeah.
And you've got a huge following of people who are just a huge fan of your work. And I think a lot of my viewers are sim gamers on 2K side. I know there's people who play the My Career side. I play the My Career side, and I play Pro-Am and stuff like that. And I don't want them to think that you're strictly that, because you teach tools for the offline side of things as well that anyone can take and bring into their franchise. You show people moves, you teach them how to do things. So this is applicable because you can use these in your franchises with your players. It's not just a My Career thing. And this is so cool to me, man. I want to show people who haven't seen it already. We're going to show like this video you just dropped a couple days ago of you just this is realistic too. You're sizing guys up. This is what you see in today's NBA. You're not seeing step back cheat. You're not seeing just crazy dribbles, just trying to get people to fall for stuff. You're just putting realistic moves based on what the defense is showing you. The intelligence that you show in picking what you're doing here is just, you don't see it a lot in these games. A lot of times people just do stuff and wait for their opening and go, or they're just snatchbacks. They're just kind of just doing things repetitively over and over and over again. And you're taking what they give you and just cooking.
Right. And going back to it, I didn't always play 2K like this, like I mentioned previously. Before 2K21, I was playing just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. Dribbles, pick and roll, pass, shoot a three. I didn't know how to do anything else, and I can attest, it's boring. It's really boring doing the same thing over and over. Yeah, you'll win games. Like, don't get me wrong, you can win a lot of games playing that way, but it's not fulfilling. It's not. I don't buy 2K every year just to win games arbitrarily.
Right.
I buy the game to enjoy playing it, to have fun, and playing the way that everybody else plays it. It's just not fun to me, man. I can't do it. I can't do that anymore. I can't go back to that.
I can't either. I see a lot of your clips, and it appears to me that you kind of just solo queue up, like you just kind of go in with randoms and just let it play. Or do you have a squad that you run with? Or
I do. I haven't played with them in a long time, man. Recently, newly married.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 5 months today, and I have not had any time. I've not had any time to play with them, but I do have a squad. So there's a group of my main guys, the guys that I played with from like 2K15 till today. And then there's a squad of my other guys who I run with. Shout out to True Hall of Fame Builds on YouTube. He usually streams every day. So when I have some time, maybe it's about an hour, maybe 30 minutes, I'll jump into his stream and I'll run with his viewers and his subscribers. But other than that, I do not go in there by myself. Absolutely not. No. Never. You would never catch me in there by myself.
It's dangerous, man. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It used to not be so bad. I do like they made some changes to help with the matchmaking, where it's squad only versus no squads, because there'd be times where my friends and we'd have a squad of 5, and we would go into, instead of playing actual Pro-Am, we'd go into rec, and then you just get a bunch of randoms playing together, and we're communicating, talking, and you could get a lot of dubs. Now, at the same time, you go in there and you'd face God squads too, which would make it very frustrating, But that's good, man. So, what other games do you play? Is it? I mean, I see a lot of 2K on your channel, but like, what else do you enjoy playing? Is 2K the only sports game you play, or what else do you got?
No. Man, I'm gonna take you back. So before I started playing NBA 2K, I was heavy into NFL 2K, and just not even just NFL 2K, just football gaming, period, in general. Till this day, NFL 2K5 is the greatest, best NFL game I've ever played.
100%.
And next to that will be All Pro Football 2K. That game 100%. Is the best football game I've ever played.
It's amazing, man. I still got my copy. Yeah. I'll never get it. I actually have my old school PS3.
Yeah.
Just so I can still play that game.
Man,
because I have the emulators, but my PC isn't that, it struggles with NCAA 14 revamped, so I know it'll struggle with All Pro Football. So I was like, you know what, I can just run it on my PS3. But yeah, it's one of the main reasons I got my old PS3 is for All Pro Football.
Yeah, man, those are classic, completely structured, fundamental football games. And before I started playing basketball, I was a football guy. So I've been playing Madden, and it's where Madden is right now is better than it has been for like the past maybe decade. This is the best that I've seen Madden be in a very, very long time. But that stretch from like, I want to say Madden 11 down to like Madden 17, 18, garbage. I could not stand Madden back then. I used to watch you. Matter of fact, I'll tell you when I first started watching you. I think I first found your page when I was about, what year did Madden 10 come out? I think
Madden 10 released in 2009.
Right. So I was about 19 years old when I found your page.
On Operation Sports?
Was it? Yeah, it was either Madden 10 or Madden 11.
Yeah, because at that time I wasn't doing YouTube. I was just doing Operation Sports.
So it might have been somebody else.
It was probably Sim Football Critic.
Okay, right. Okay.
He started with Madden 10.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember guys like Apex is Free, versus Brozels, Ryan Moody.
Yes, I know Moody because he was in the Sim Standard. He was in the Sim Standard with Sim Football Critic and Smitty.
Right, yeah. and Smitty, right. And Shakedown as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've been watching you guys for decades, but I never really got involved into like the content creating aspect of the thing. I was so young. I'm about to be 33 years old. So back then I was a little baby, but yeah, man, the football gaming it's in my heart, man. But I can't enjoy it the way that I used to because Madden, I can't. It's just not the way it's not the way that it used to be, man.
Right.
It's not as good as it used to be.
Fun fact for you: Smitty was the first guy ever on my podcast 2 years ago, and I just had Sim Football Critic a couple days ago. We just dropped the episode today, actually. We had him on the other night. I had Hollywood Sports on there too. He wasn't in the Sim Standard, but he's an OG in the Madden community as well. And yeah, man, Madden it's starting to make a comeback. There's still some issues there. I will say this though, given the way the content you make for 2K, I could really see you doing some cool stuff with the Superstar mode.
I thought about it.
With the yard, it's not the yard anymore. I don't know what they call it, but it's their like NFL Street version.
Yeah, the yard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really fun. Like in the moves you can pull off and the way you build up your player. It's not a cash grab like 2K. So maybe in the future you might add a little of that to your channel because I could see you pulling out the way you are able to just figure out and put these combinations of moves together on 2K, like the things you could do in Madden for highlights against people would just, it'd be amazing, man. That would be super cool to see. So you aren't really into Madden so much anymore. You are a heart football guy. So are you playing Madden 24 or what other games are you playing right now besides 2K? I know you don't have a lot of time, newly married and things like that, but
yeah, I do play Madden here and there. I just downloaded. Don't judge me. There's this game called Disney. Was it Speed something? Some racing game.
Okay.
That game is like crack, man. That game is so much fun. I love racing games. Well, not the really super hardcore simulation style racing games, but like more arcadey games, like a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like
Bro, Mario
like
Kart's forever goated, man.
Yeah.
No one will. I don't think anyone could turn down playing Mario Kart. Like, if someone's just like, "Hey, you want to play Mario Kart?" Who's going to say no to that?
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's a classic.
I was also really heavy into Skyrim when it came out.
Yeah.
I was deep into that for years. Assassin's Creed. What else? The Division. A lot of people sleep on The Division. The Division is an amazing game.
I loved the Division. I played both Division 1, Division 2. I kind of stopped in the Division 2 just because, it was. I'd gotten to the point, like, we'd gotten as far as we could. They eventually dropped more content.
Yeah.
But when I switched to the PS5, like, I kind of only wanted to play PS5 games. And I kind of figured the Division will drop their PS5 version.
Right. Yeah.
But they never did. Now it's like either the next Division game that's going to come or what. I don't know. But I loved both the Divisions, man. They were really fun to play with friends too. Division stuff.
Division is one of those games where you can get by playing by yourself. You can have fun playing by yourself. But if you got a group of guys, it takes it over the top, man.
Oh, it's great.
But outside of those games, I'm not like a heavy gamer. I play the same games year round, man. I'm one of those. I play the same games year round.
Right. No, I totally understand. I'm kind of the same way. I play 2K. I play Madden. I'll sprinkle in when I have time some GTA Online with my friends. They love GTA Online, and so when I have time, I'll sprinkle that in with them. I love Apex Legends, dude. I absolutely love to play Apex. I get so caught up in the grind on that game. It distracts me from the work that I need to do for my YouTube channel, if I'm being honest. But I love that game. And then, like you said, I have I like some of those RPGs. You know, I had Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Spider-Man games. Ghost of Tsushima was a really, really fun one that I really love to play. And right now I'm really waiting for the next GTA game to come out, as well as Maximum Football, the new college football game.
When does that come out? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
When does the Maximum Football game come out?
This spring.
Okay. Because I've been waiting for that for
years. It should, I think, April or May. It's close. And I actually have, for those of you who aren't aware, I actually have Maximum Micah, the game developer for Modus Games, who's making Maximum Football. He's going to be on. We talked today. It won't be next week. It'll be week after that. So I'm actually going to have him on. We're going to talk about that. And I'm sure if he could have divulged that information, it'd already be public. But we won't find that out for sure. But we'll still get to talk to him and find out a lot of things about Maximum, because I'm really excited about that game, because the customization, the detail, it's going to be amazing. So as we kind of move along here, who are some of you? I know you gave some shout outs, and if you want to, if they're the same people, go ahead, that's fine. Yeah. But who are some of your favorite content creators and why?
Yeah, first and foremost, Kevin Cruz. Kevin Cruz is somebody who understands 2K at a level that I aspire to understand it, man. He is a 2K guru. Him, Jersey Made 93, as well as E-Money. They are one and the same to me, man. Those guys, they're wizards on 2K. Like, whenever I need to know how to do something, they know how to do it. And I always appreciate them sharing their knowledge with me. And I am forever in debt to them, because if it were not for them, there would not be a Black Kobra, man. And
shout out Jersey Man. He just got a logo.
Yeah.
And he said he'd come on here. So I'm holding you to it. You said you'd come on here, so I need to get him on here too. But shout out to him. He just got a logo, which is super cool, because you typically don't see guys that put out the content he does that's educational,
right,
getting the logos in 2K. Normally they do it for all the guys who are just grinding for, before was the grind in 99 and, all that stuff. So it was really cool, I think, for 2K to give a guy who's very simulation focused, he's part of Sim Nation, to get a logo. I think that gives a lot of hope to people like yourself and myself who are simulation focused.
And when you mentioned that, that's a good point, because I think that this is probably, I don't remember any other year in 2K where guys who made educational videos for 2K got a logo. I think this is the first year, well, not even just one, not two, but three. Multiple people who make educational simulation real basketball videos got logos. So I kind of think that 2K is starting to go in a more realistic basketball direction, and I think that this is probably the first wave of getting people's foot in the door in that respect, in that manner.
I hope you're right. I mean, I feel like Mike Wang he got sick of people complaining every time he makes a simulation, and he just shut off his Twitter because we haven't seen him for a while, which doesn't bother me, because I think the gameplay's in a good spot, at least for the franchise My NBA thing. That the gameplay's in a good spot for me. I haven't had any issues with my career when I do hop on and play, which isn't that often, but I haven't had any issues that have just been like, other than the ones we already talked about, which isn't something that it's a Mike Wang thing. It's what can you do to change the culture of how people play 2K? Like, how do you implement something that forces teams to run something besides 5 out? How do you implement something that creates people to not just rim run? Things like that. But other than that, man, I think it's in a good spot. So I'm actually okay with him, being silent. So I didn't mean to cut you off, but who else do you enjoy? Content creators? I think you got like one or two in, and I cut you off.
Yeah, no. Kevin Cruz, Jersey Made, E-Money. The fourth one would be True Hall of Fame Bills. That's my guy. True Hall of Fame Bills is a phenomenal content creator. He's super entertaining, super funny, super energetic. He also makes educational 2K videos. I love the guy, man. He's a great individual, great content curator, makes great videos. I know there's some other guys that I'm not mentioning, I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But
no,
those are the core guys for me, man.
I want to show some people here while I got you. We're going to show some people some of your educational stuff while we continue to talk, because you have some amazing content here. And we're just going to kind of let this play on the side while we continue to talk.
Appreciate that, man.
Love the new logo, by the way.
Thank you.
Quick question for you: is your name inspired from the Black Mamba?
Yes,
okay.
1000%.
Wonderful, love that.
100%.
So, what made you want to become a content creator?
That's funny, because initially I didn't want to become a content creator. I was just posting my clips just to post them. If I have a nice dunk, just post it. Nice, ankle breaker, nice, little step through, whatever, just post it. I wasn't posting it with the intention of, blowing up or becoming a content creator. I was just posting it just to post it. And here I am.
Yeah,
and
here you are.
I saw an opportunity to, keep it going. And hey, at this point, it's not a what do you call it? It's not a job for me. I don't view it as a job. It's really a hobby. And It just so happens to be a hobby that I can monetize.
That's what I tell people too. It's like, this isn't obviously my full-time job. I have a full-time job, but this is something I enjoy playing video games. And you said you turned 33 in a little. I turned 36 in April, so I'm right there with you. Typically you think a lot of people are like, oh, I want to hit my 30s, I can't play anymore. But if you have a hobby that you enjoy doing, but you can create content and you can make a little extra money on the side, then it's a side hustle. And I feel like people aren't as judgmental towards you for it when you're older and you're like, yeah, I play video games, but I make a little bit of money off of it too. People don't judge you as much, which is nice, just because nobody wants to be judged for doing something they enjoy. But at the same time, even if I wasn't monetizing my stuff, like if I'm not married, but if I was your situation, 33, married, why wouldn't my wife rather me be home playing video games in my basement than out doing whatever? You know what I mean? It's just, it keeps people out of trouble. You're not spending money. You're buying a game once a year. You're not going, I mean, because anytime you're out, you're spending money buying food, buying drinks, shopping, whatever. So if you're home and you're having a good time, like, you're saving money and you're happy. So that's awesome. I love that, man. What do you enjoy most out of content creation?
Man, I would have to say the people who come to you for advice, genuinely wanting to learn how to play 2K. That is the best part to me, because there are people who genuinely want to understand the game on a deeper level than the subsurface things that they typically see. And for them to want to come to me, somebody I'm still learning about 2K. Like, for the record, I don't know everything about 2K, so I'm still learning. But to have people to come to me and say, hey, Blaq Kobra, can you teach me how to do this? And side note, I do have sessions that I do once a week. And to just have like repeat customers, new customers, and to have them, to see them light up and to see them, get hyped when they finally get something down, I can't compare that feeling to anything else, man. It's beautiful. I love that.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's super cool, man. When you get in, content creation can be really tricky because you never know what kind of community you're going to get, because obviously you're going to have people who are fans of what you do and support you, but then you get a lot of people who are trolls and just say things, and it's crazy to me. Because my channel isn't big by any means, a little over 10,000 people. And I've started to try to grow my channel by doing YouTube Shorts a little bit. And it's crazy to me how many people that don't follow me or subscribe to me come out of the woodworks on YouTube Shorts, and the toxicity.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. So, but I do want to, when you have a good group of people who are consistently there supporting you and being kind to you, man, it makes it really worth it. You make a lot of friendships from a long ways away.
Yeah, man. Yeah. To your point, not even just on YouTube, on Twitter too. There's a lot of guys who just don't even follow you, have no type of line of connection to you, that will just troll, just for the sake of trolling. So yeah, I completely understand what you're saying.
They just get their jollies off of trying to mess with other people who are just trying to bring positivity. That's what I tell people. I'm lucky we got 2,500 people in the Discord, and it's all positive, man. The only time we ever have anything there is we'll get those bots that come in there, and we got mods just instantly take care of it. But it's a really strong, positive Discord, and I will take criticism on my content all day long. If people say, hey, this is going on, I'll be like, all right, let me try to work on this for you. But if people come and just bash me straight up,
yeah, it's like
I will lash back, man. I don't tolerate that. I will come right back at them. I won't put up with that, because it's like, you can come and be constructive and say things positively, but if you're gonna just lash at me, then that's where we got problems. Moving forward with these questions I got for you, for everybody, what is your goal for 2024 with your YouTube channel, your TikTok, your Twitter, wherever you're posting content? What's your goal for 2024 and beyond? And do you have anything big in the works?
So to answer that first question, just growth, man, growth. I was very fortunate to grow the way that I did so fast. Very fortunate, but I want to answer the second question, I want to get to a point to where I can monetize my hobby to a point to where I can just provide for my family. That to me is that's the goal, right? If I can get my content creation to a place to where my wife can just stay home and not have to worry about a thing. She can wake up wherever she wants to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal for me. So until I get to where I need that to be, I'm gonna keep trying to grow this channel. I'm gonna keep trying to create content for these guys. And yeah, man, that's the goal. The goal is not
anything big planned for this year. Something different than you've done in the past that you're kind of hooking up or thinking about, or you still got to keep it under wraps. That's fine too.
Well, I wouldn't say that it's a plan, but it's a potential that if it comes through, I probably couldn't talk about it anyway. So that's something that I gotta keep.
Okay. So Community Day for 2K is on Blaq Kobra's. He's
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
Right.
That would be amazing. I understand you can't, but that would absolutely be amazing if you got to go. I'm pretty sure Jersey Nate got to go 1 or 2 years ago. It was him, or I'm pretty sure he got to go. I was super excited to see Sim got to go.
Yeah. It was last year or the year before that. He was definitely there.
Yeah.
My first time was for this game cycle.
Okay. I didn't know you got to go for this one.
Yeah, I did.
That's awesome, man.
I was shocked at it.
That's cool. I don't think they invite franchise My NBA guys, but if that ever changes,
you'll be surprised.
I don't know, Desire Blaq or something.
You'll be surprised.
That's the guy. My guy was Desire, man. I've been a fan of him for 15 years, and I must have did something to rub him the wrong way. I don't know what I could have done, but I got the old block button. So my hopes of Community Day are pretty much gone. Are there
all sorts of content creators that were there, man? There were my team.
Yeah, but he's the Sim Nation guy. You know what I mean? He's like the one who really cares about realistic it's the slogan: don't play video games, play basketball.
Right, right. Yeah.
He was the guy who just really, and he helped me out a lot. He talked to me a couple times last year for 2K23 to help me get some things resolved for the game on the My NBA franchise, user versus GPU side of things. So, no, he's a great guy. I don't know what I did to him, but whatever it is, I still love you. So, yeah. Are there any other content creators that you would like to link up and make a project with?
Man, I don't right now. No. I'm very much a loner, and I like it that way.
Yeah.
I like it that way. I'm a very to myself person. I don't really do like collaboration videos because it's draining to me.
So time out. You're telling me if Bad Plug hits you up and was like, "Hey man, I see what you're doing. You're doing some big things. I want to link up with you and let's run a couple games together, and we'll each record content and post it up, and we'll simultaneously launch like." He'll say, I went and ran blah, blah, blah with Blaq Kobra, and you can say, I went and did this with Badge Plug, and you're telling me you'd say no to that? Or Joe Knows, or some of these guys that have insane amount of subs?
You know what, without getting into it too much, I'll say this, there were very, very, very big name guys in the 2K community. I mean, who have a large audience, who reached out to me and they wanted to do content. Wasn't with it. It's just not for me, man. I had to say no. But what really made me say no wasn't the fact that they reached out to me. It was the circumstance that was surrounding it. So it was during a time where it was like the comp community versus Blaq Kobra, and that's the time that they reached out to me when the drama was at its highest. Right. So not that I think that they had malintention. I think that they had really good intentions, but I wasn't feeling it at that point in time. Maybe in the future, that time, the timing of that just was not. I wasn't feeling it at all. Would I have made a lot of views during that process? Absolutely. If you work with Joe Knows, if you work with Badge Plug, if you work with Shakedown, if you work with any of those guys, your numbers are gonna go up. But at that time, that wasn't a priority for me. I'm fine with sacrificing. I was fine with sacrificing the views at that point in time.
No, I totally understand. I respect that. And then down the line, I mean, if it doesn't, those opportunities never happen again. No matter what, you can say, I did this on my own. I didn't get any assistance from these guys. I did this. Every subscriber I got and I earned was me. I didn't have any other help. You'll be able to hold your head high and say that. Me, on the other hand, I will take all the help I can get. So. I just like to have fun with it, play around with things. What advice would you have for other people looking to get into content creation?
Oh man, be patient. If your goal is to be a content creator, you have to be patient. You cannot go into it with the mindset of trying to maximize your views and watching your view count, because if you get into the habit of that and you don't see the numbers that you want, if you don't see the growth that you want, it's going to be discouraging to you. And when you get discouraged as a content creator, from what I've seen, it makes you stop. It makes you stop wanting to make content, where if you would have just kept going, you never know, you might have blown up.
Mm-hmm.
I would advise people to just be persistent, be patient, and practice. Practice your craft. The PPP, patience, practice, and patience,
and persistence,
practice, and patience.
Yeah, and consistency too. It's very important to consistently drop content, and I can speak on that from experience, just because I've had times where I've just kind of like you said, you look at your views, and if the views aren't hitting the way you had hoped or thought they would, it can discourage you. And it's done that to me in the past, where I'm like, I don't feel like making content for a while, and I just go for a while without making content, or I'm very inconsistent with my content. Whereas when I've really put my foot down and I'm like, hey, I'm actually going to just do this. I'm going to be consistent with my uploads. I'm going to drive. Yeah. Which is what I've actually done the last 5 weeks. Start of the year, I didn't drop a lot of content. To be fair, I did go on vacation, had some things there. But as soon as I got back from vacation, man, beginning of February, I just went absolutely hard. The whole month of February, I went hard. And my views, my subscribers are all up substantially month over month compared to what they normally been. So staying consistent really is important too, even if the views per video aren't there, because I've had a lot of videos that haven't gotten a lot of views, but overall, because I'm consistently putting more content, the views are up and the subscribers are up. So stay positive, stay consistent. Love what you told people, man. It's a process, but it's all mindset, positivity.
Yeah.
So the last thing we want to talk about is, where can we're going to give yourself, shout yourself out, man. Where can everyone find your content? Where can they follow you, support you?
Blaq Kobra on YouTube, Blaq Kobra on Twitter, Blaq Kobra on TikTok, Blaq Kobra on all social media channels, man. That's where you'll find me.
Perfect. And for those watching, because we do have people that can listen on Spotify, but those watching on YouTube, we're just going to show his Twitter page right here, Blaq Kobra. It is Blaq with a Q, so just for spelling purposes. And he does have his link tree, so if you're able to find him on Twitter, click the link tree, it'll take you everywhere else. Otherwise, here's his YouTube page, Blaq Kobra as well. About to hit that 11K, my guy.
What? What are you talking about, 11K? You lying. No way.
10.9 thousand subscribers, you're about to hit 11K.
No way.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
10.9, you're dang close.
That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even notice.
You haven't been looking at it. I can tell you haven't been looking. Yeah, you're at 11K, about to be 11K on YouTube. So if you want to subscribe, go subscribe. Get him to 11K, man. That'd be amazing. I am hopefully gonna be there joining you in about a week and a half, hopefully. So that is super exciting, man. Well, I know you got things to go do. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy life to come on and talk 2K with me, talk your content creation, the amazing things you're able to provide the community as far as moves and tutorials, and just helping people grow and get better at the game, because it is difficult to be good at 2K, especially in competitive setting. And you provide a service to people realistically for free. And you don't have to do that. And I think it's really cool that you do. So thank you so much for taking the time to come on and talk to people about that.
Hey man, the pleasure was mine. It's an honor to even be here. Finally, I never thought that I would ever be on Simgamingnetwork platform. Never in a million years that I thought I would be. I've been watching you for a long time, man. I never thought I would be here. So thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, thank you. And I really hope you're able to go to Community Day again this year, and then you can give me a little bit of insight, on the down low. I'm excited. I'm excited for next year's 2K. It's going to be great. Maximum football's right around the corner, and we got some things to be excited for in the video game scene, man. So, I think big things are happening for both of us in 2024.
Hey man, I'm really looking forward to the rest of this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you guys for checking out the SGN podcast. And as always, stay tuned to the next episode. Peace.